got full integration of all of the lights. Really, really cool. This is key. Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at a center console phone charger with ambient lights, with some smart buttons on there from hansshow. Let's check it out. I'm putting this one in my friend's Model Y Juniper. First thing we're going to do is take a closer look at it. Then we're going to go over all the functionality, full install, and then show it in action. I'll tell you the good, I'll tell you the bad. They make this specific one for the Model Y Juniper. I also see it for the Cybertruck. They may have something else for the Model 3, not entirely sure. Please take a few seconds to like and subscribe to my videos, really helps me out. Also, remember the discount code TeslaMark. Use the link below, use TeslaMark. It will always save you the most amount of money. And it works in all the best places. Install is pretty easy. You do have to get a wire over to the computer in the passenger footwell. Not difficult. Again, we'll go through all of that. I do like these smart buttons. Two of them I really like. Oh, you also get a sneak peek at the latest blind spot monitoring strip from hansshow 3.0. Stay tuned, review coming very soon. Alright, instructions, which you don't need, because you got me. Okay, the charging pad, check this out. Looking good, looking good, looking OEM. We've got what looks like carbon fiber. Carbon fiber pattern. But, you know what? That's a pretty good carbon fiber pattern. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's better than average. Alright, we see we've got our buttons here, you know, park, reverse, drive, passenger door, passenger rear door. This, I believe, puts us in sport mode. We'll check that out. This does a preheat of the battery, and this should do a defrost of the windows. So what I think the most valuable buttons are these two here. To be able to open these passenger doors quickly, to me, is that's the best feature. You know, these, to be honest, you know, not sure if these are quicker to get to than the screen, but we'll see. We'll check it out. And then, you know, you've got a couple more USB-Cs here. This is super handy. I love having more ports. Now we are going to have to take obviously we're taking the factory charging pad off, and there's the actual charging pad, you know, the mechanics behind the charging, and we need to take that off of the OEM piece and put it on here. So that's going to be part of the install. Let's see what else we got in here. I should also add there are LEDs behind here, and what this does, not only does this connection to the computer allow you to use these control buttons here, but it allows you to sync up the LEDs to your car LEDs. So that is a super cool feature. That is a super cool integration. These are extra clips and things that we need to put behind here, and they give you a little baby screwdriver here to be able to do that. So probably the most difficult part of the installation is going to be removing this, and it turned out really it's not really that hard. I've already removed the OEM charging pad at this point, and it really wasn't that bad at all. The next difficult thing is going to be running the wires from the computer to the charging pad, and even that though should not be that bad at all. We'll go through the whole thing, full install. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, first step, we got to take this piece off. This feels like it's going to come off pretty easy. This side came out way easier than this side, but basically a lot of times I'll get a pry tool in there, and instead of prying like this, I'll twist, and that's what I was able to do here and here. Otherwise that just pops up, and then it has these on the side here, so you obviously don't pull straight out. You kind of rock it back like I did, or pull it out like this, hinge it out. On the side we've got these Torx bits. I believe these are T20s. This to come off, you gotta like pull it down this way. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Once I got two hands in here, just basically pulled this down and you saw it, it came right out. So that is not as bad as I heard, as rumored. Swivel screen comes in handy. Get that sucker out of the way. I'll have a link for the swivel screen down below. Check that out. You gotta have one. Pull that out. Okay, now we have to take this whole charger out of here and put it on the new one. So yeah, let's get this over to the bench. All right, let's take this part off here. I don't know if they call this a charging chip or charging pad, but this is the actual charging pad that does all the work. So we need to take that off, put it on the new charging pad here. And these are also the same T20. Alright, so that was interesting. I was trying to pry these clips away to get this off, and it was easier to just pry it from this point here. It pushed it this way and pulled it up at the same time, and then as you could see, I had a little bit of a hard time getting this one out, so I just pried it that way. So yeah, anyway, this is it. Okay, so this, you got these locating points here. Obviously this slides in. This is exactly like OEM. So this is a little weird. It doesn't seem to want to go down. Like, it's down as far as it's going to go, but it won't go. It needs to go just like a little bit more down to go underneath that clip. Well, it is actually under that clip. It's under this clip, but these clips aren't really doing anything. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because we have to screw this in with these 3 screws, you know, that came off of the OEM. So these are kind of just useless at this point, but whatever. These are not discussed in the instruction book at all. There is one other video I saw out there where this is actually different than mine. So this is on a Juniper 2025 Model Y Juniper, and what you can see here, looking at this is the OEM piece. What we are needing to do is add, I believe, this piece to replicate this, and we're going to put that here and here, and you can see how we've got these 3 open holes, and you know which side it goes on, just because, like, for example, this side here just fits. It just fits better. This is magnetized a little bit, which is super handy. Now these go in the car, and you see we've got YR, YL, left and right. Alright, so putting this one YR on this side using the OEM Torx screws, those T20s. Put this one here, then this one on the other side, over there. Alright, so we have to wire this up to the computer behind this panel here, and we're going to take this trim piece out. I'll show you. Take this out and this out here, and we're going to run the wire over here to our charging pad. This is not bad, so I will show you how to do that. Okay, so we need to take this plug here and on this Juniper. It is located right here. We already have another accessory in its place, and like many of these, they leave open a spare port, so we are going to plug into that. This way. Okay, and we'll just be able to tuck this in. And now I'm going to show you how to run this up along here and into the charge pad. So this panel should just come right down, and pretty much magnets just hold this thing in place. There might be one clip. But we also have these crazy floor mats in here holding everything together. Oh, this is part of the carpet. Alright, so this panel is actually part of the carpeting now. I keep forgetting that. They change things on these cars so much. So the cable's going to be running across here, and we should be able to come from behind the charging port. I'm going to now look for a way to get from behind here to in front of the charging area to run that, and we might need to use like a little fish line or something. Yeah. Okay, so we should just be able to tuck this in here. Look at that, how easy that was. All right, let's leave it like this for now, and let's plug in the charging port and make sure all of that works. Let's plug these guys in first. The right way? Yeah. Right here, this plugs in here. All right, once we've got that in and we got that other part up there, we slide this in. Oh, make sure you tuck these wires up. If I can get that in there. Try to tuck them together. Try to tuck them as far back into there as possible, because this door is going to come sliding through there, and if they're hanging down too far, it could block the door, or it could be making noises when you slide and open and close this top door. That's why I'm trying to tuck things up there as much as possible. Just for right now, to put this in, just kind of line it up, tuck it in there, make sure everything is centered in that, and then all kinds of stuff is going to turn on and off, but boom, just like that, everything's down. But yeah, turn that off, sport mode, and you can see here everything is lit up red. Now I'll show this in the daytime too. It's definitely harder to see these lights red in the daytime, so that is definitely a downside. These show up pretty well, but not super bright in the daytime, but that's kind of all LEDs in that. But this is super cool though. We've got full integration of all of the lights. Really cool. This is key, this integration. You can see the light. I'm not sure if it's showing up in the video, the light here, and this is really cool, the way these little holes kind of diffuse the light. Obviously it shows up better in the daytime, but yeah, fully integrated here with the Tesla light system. And I'll do this again in the dark just to show it better. But yeah, that is really nice. I like the way that looks. And then not only this ring here, this mag ring, but I've got a case on there. I don't know if these things usually don't work. Yeah, this one also. But yours does. So do you have a mag ring on the back of yours or no? No, that's what's doing it. But that's a pretty, that's an out of box. It's a thick case. It's got to be this ring throwing the whole thing off, or it could be this too. Little kickstand deal. All right, otherwise, you know, we've got our park, reverse, neutral drive. We've kind of been through all of this before, so really it's just a matter of how it looks, how it fully integrates. Yeah, pop the door open. Blind spot monitor lights, check that video out, super cool. It just looks nice, it fits. A lot of these things I've found, any kind of device, whether it's a rear screen or whatever, peripheral device we'll call it, it will change things in the car. For example, like this turned the defroster on, the front defroster, but it won't reflect that on the screen, but it changes it in the car. So that's happened with rear screens and things. I've seen that before. What is that one? That's sport mode. So yeah, it still shows chill, but oh, that's what I mean.
Yes, it
so
goes into sport mode, but it doesn't change it on here.
Doesn't say it there, right? Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm saying. But in the daylight, that's hard to see. So when we hit this, and yeah, as you can see, either my finger just doesn't have the touch, or you got to hold it down for a second. This is warming the battery. All right, that's cool.